Yes, that's right. We've got another live episode. We are Cardboard Odysseys here for some more cardboard conversations. Thank you, Bob. How you doing?
Meh.
You can hear the excitement in his voice this evening.
I'm excited for the people that are here in chat. That's always a thing, right?
Yeah, so. Benson's here nice and early.
Yeah, so is Time Capsule. You skip right over Time Capsule. But glad to see people in the audience here. I'm just going to warn you that this week seemed rather meh in the world of Magic for me. You know, Pat and I were just discussing this so-called potential one-of-one radiated Spider-Man card. I don't know what that's all about. I don't know if that's just pure garbage. You can check it out on the Commander's Herald. It's interesting artwork that's on it for sure. It's like a very not well done cartoon, sort of like Archer style, I guess you could say. Is that fair enough? Or almost Johnny Bravo.
I mean, I see an article, but it's on Reddit. So, I mean,
no, I can give you the one directly to the Commander's Herald. But is anybody out there familiar with the Commander's Herald? I have never. Here, I'll just go ahead and.
It says at the very top of it, satire, Bob.
Okay, but that doesn't mean that it's not real.
Well, I think it's that they made it up.
I don't see that it's satire on the site.
On Commander's Herald, yeah, Wizards announces one-of-one Spider-Man card with real radiation by Jacob Van Grundy, July 28, 2025. Satire.
Oh, it was labeled as satire by
their site.
Well, not by their site, but by Google.
No, if you click the word satire, it then brings it to an entire page of things that they make that are satirical. Yeah, this is a hoax, Bob. Don't get caught out.
Okay. Well, that makes it even worse that we're in a dearth of actual good news, because the only other thing of note, besides me actually enjoying a Rudy video at a heartfelt level, probably my favorite video, where he bought out some Army of Allah. I don't know if any of you saw that. Love you too, Sherry Vegas. And we were talking about it behind the scenes in chat, and I know Matt didn't see it as anything different, but I did. It felt very genuine of Rudy, which I think is pretty rare to have him. He'll have moments of genuinity, but he even said, and I just wanted to pin your video, Pat, of when he said, "I don't really know anything." As far as like what advice you had.
You've always made a really good through line of it here on the channel, and I think that was probably the big connecting theory there. Is he loved the card? It brought him back to a certain point in his history in Magic, and I like
buy it for financial gain
in some senses.
He didn't buy it for financial gain. I don't think he was pushing the video to say, I'm going to drive up the price of Army of Allah because now I own 2% of it. It was what I genuinely say, and he almost said it paraphrased, and that is, only buy what you don't mind being stuck with.
Right. Yep.
He said it in not so many. Yeah, he said it in more words actually. But that's the basic tenet and premise, and it felt very genuine. It didn't feel like he was trying to hawk his wares or influence the market or gain cred or anything of that nature.
Well, he even said, speaking of being genuine and hawking wares, Bob, this is a great opportunity to make sure that if people are liking the video that we're making, that they hit that like. We've got to make sure that they hit the subscribe if they want to get more out of us as well.
Let's be clear about that. Hawking our wares. We're our wares. You're looking at it. This is the wares watching us and checking in with us every Saturday at 7 p.m. Bringing you genuine content from three genuinely nerdy guys. Yeah,
and if you believe in us,
buy us. That's what they're buying is us. We're
extra access. I mean, realistically, for 99 cents a month, they get 2 hours plus of extra video content. They also get members only stuff, and we also do members first videos pretty dang often. So yeah, it's access. That's what they're paying for $1 a month. Heck,
And
that's less than any
much
coffee out
fewer
there.
bots asking us if we like the way their butt lick smells. You know,
Yes.
so it's kind of nice to have that sort of more compressed environment to decompress in, and give a lot more one-on-one attention behind the scenes to your questions, to your comments, to your thoughts. We additionally also, for you members out there or wannabe members, we play video games with you guys, like reeling live in person on our end of the computer kind of thing.
I'm clicking those clacks.
So, consider it that, you at least have partners to play video games with. That's probably been my biggest thing this week is playing video games. And there's some news. Actually, if anybody out there was playing the THJ server, there's a bit of drama. If you like drama, you can check this out. If you like EverQuest, you like, I guess you could say retro style gaming, that a private server, I guess you could call it, called The Hero's Journey, is being sued by Daybreak Games. And they gave their initial response, I guess you could say, this week. It was rather scathing. I was watching the British Canuck. Love that guy. If he ever watches this, he was kind of proud that his video is actually mentioned in the court case on both sides. But if you want some drama in your life, you can go check that out, especially with a 25-year-old game. So that was sort of the news there this week for big video game releases. I'm sort of waiting. This is the calm before the storm for me for Borderlands 4. I hope it doesn't disappoint. It's coming out relatively soonish this year. Not really feeling Spider-Man so far. What are your thoughts, Pat?
I haven't seen a whole heck of a lot of the Spider-Man cards. I mean, mostly just the stuff that we previewed here on the channel, and I cannot say I was impressed really with any of it. It felt weird that the first product that they spoiled was the starter decks, like the entry stuff.
That's not true. That's not true. No, they spoiled the scene cards first. I think it might have been as far back as last year.
Okay, yeah.
That scene box, and people even then commented how watered down the cards felt.
Yeah, and that was the point I was going to make there, is that the earliest products we got were some of the least interesting ones, and it has continued along, honestly, and quite unfortunate, is that there just continues to be a lack of oomph in this set. There's no spectacular to this Spider-Man, unfortunately.
Which is what is absolutely
that's a great
baffling me. Why the collector boxes are already exceeding the pre-release costs of what it was for Final Fantasy.
Yeah, I'm gonna
that I don't understand at all. Like, that's what? Okay. I will say this. The biggest positive for me, there are two big positives for Spider-Man. And those two big positives are kind of unimpressive. And before I announce what they are, so hold that thought. I'm going to tease you guys, and I'm going to try to do the YouTube thing and actually have pictures to show you what is exciting me about Spider-Man. But speaking of which, in more depressing news, I am continuing to watch the financial value of the cards within Edge of Eternities now that we're post-release. I don't know if you've been paying much attention, but they're not spectacular.
I've been watching I watch pretty much every Market Movers videos that come out. Matt Caster Mage, he does one pretty much daily, and it's the only thing I can really handle of Moxman's at this point. So yeah, I've definitely been tuned into just the considerable crash we've been seeing with Edge of Eternities. And I've got to say, Bob, it does not feel like it's been going to the moon. It feels like it's been swallowed up by a black hole.
Yeah, I don't know if I feel bad or not. I mean, it is what it is.
I feel I like the station mechanic a lot more than when it was first previewed. When I first laid eyes on it, I didn't really think that it was going to be as entertaining or useful as I have found it to be. And honestly, I could see going forward it being a pretty good match for a lot of different Magic cards. I could see this going forward being something pretty dang useful. Too often do I see throwaway Magic mechanics because they try to make 1 to 3 new ones for each set. And sometimes they're just forgettable. Over and over, you just gloss right over. But I gotta say, I kind of like what they did with Station.
I am not as impressed with Station. I feel it's a sort of a extra steps to get to a Gaia's Cradle.
See, I felt it was very similar to Crew.
It is very similar to Crew, and I'm not a big fan of Crew, but this is Crew on like quadruple the cost kind of Crew. So this is one of the big highlights for the Spider-Man set for me is literally the artwork on the pre-release box. I really dig that and would love to have that on a shelf. I think it just looks aesthetically pleasing for a Magic. The only thing that's not aesthetically pleasing about this is just looking at it. You have no idea that this is a Magic product right from the front of the box.
None whatsoever.
Maybe the 13 plus would be the biggest.
I mean, if Marvel made a Spider-Man trading card game, this is pretty much what the box would look like.
There's no MTG logo, which I think maybe if they had replaced the spider in the middle of his chest with the MTG Planeswalker symbol, might have been kind of a neat mashup.
Homage, yeah.
Or at least it being in the corner somewhere or something. Watsy, kind of a miss there, in my opinion.
Magic the box, Gathering presents Marvel
Spider-Man. I think this looks phenomenal, and as a sealed product, I honestly believe that this is going to do pretty well as a product that sits on shelves. And unfortunately, the other thing that I have to share with you guys is yet another great looking product. And I don't know if I think this got released. I don't know. Was it last week? I don't recall if this was last week. Why is it not? There we go. Sorry about the technical difficulties. I'm old. Get off my lawn. But I think this looks absolutely fantastic.
Yeah, same thing.
To sit on a shelf, the orientation is different. It's just, I don't know if that's the best representation of Spider-Man to put on the gift bundle. Like out of all the things, against Venom and Carnage and the Goblin and whatnot.
Sorry.
They have random dude with his butt up, that Spider-Man swinging through the city going, I can't wait till I land.
And shout out to the hard workers in our comment section tonight. Benson, you're doing the Lord's work.
Oh God.
Not reading the chat. I need my validation.
Oh, sorry. Yeah,
but no, I wouldn't be super surprised if there was some motivation from Marvel to go and do some of the backlog. I mean, it probably wouldn't be in Watsy's best benefit to use just the more computer generated artwork that we have seen a lot of Spider-Man in. I mean, even Sam Raimi's 2000 and forward stuff has been very ultra realistic. And to go back and kind of use this animated style, I mean, it's definitely a whole heck of a lot different than what we've seen from Spider-Man of recent. And I like that they're kind of going through the years. And again, to your point, I wish I was able to have gotten some pre-orders for these gift bundles. The second they went up, boy, they were all gone.
Oh, that was Bot City, baby.
Yeah,
they were gone from what I understand, like within seconds. But there's no way a human being can keep up with that, and that's just going to put me on my tirade again of Watsy needs to do a much better job of counteracting botters. And in my opinion, if it comes down to it, I do have a way for them to combat botters on highly sought after products, and they still get their MSRP and margin. You want a hot take? Does the audience want a hot take on how they can combat botters?
Lay it on
It
us,
won't
Bob.
fix it all, but it'll help compete against it or help get rid of it. And that is only release these in LGSs. The things that they know are going to be the hot fire stuff, the collector boxes, these collector gift bundles, the super sought after limited edition secret lair drops. You know, they've already shown that they can get secret lair drops in LGSs. We already know that there are some LGS only products. I would say you need to take these off of the automated sites. Now, if a store has a website that allows botters to take advantage of it, there's only so much you can do, and there's going to be nefarious bad actor LGSs out there. But if they funnel these through the LGSs, I think it would be a big boon to the LGSs. Number one, they get all the products that they want for the hot items. And number two, they can regulate based on their buying audience, the botters not getting 52 cases of something. That's my 2 cents worth. So I was thinking about that. There are
definitely some very bad looking products from the Spider-Man series, though.
I like the regular bundle. I do not like the look.
Not a fan of.
Yeah.
I've even got it in the right format.
Well,
this is getting worse. Whatever.
Well, what you do is just right click on the image and open it up in a new tab, and that's what I do, and then drag it out into the big format. It really helps. Sorry, folks, we're still getting used to this vertical scanning for all you right now swipers out there. We're doing this for you and for Benson.
Yeah, so it's $870 right now for the Marvel Spider-Man collectors,
which is absurd, folks. I haven't even seen. Are there going to be serialized? I don't think there's been a confirmed serialized in there, has there? Did I miss that?
No, not at all. For the entire set, I have not seen anything about serialized.
Well, I mean, besides the radiated 1-of-1 Spider-Man card.
Yeah, right. Except for the hoaxes.
Well, yeah, I actually did. Through James, I'm just going to let you know, not through him particularly, but his store, Recess Games. I'm at least on the list. I did that this week, and it's becoming rare that you can even pre-order through an LGS. Most LGSs are starting to adopt, they'll pre-order stuff for themselves. Look what the price is on TCG Player, and when it releases, that's the price you're paying. Right, and that does make sense, right? It really does. So that they don't take it in the Tushy, where they're selling you a $400 box of Final Fantasy collectors to immediately turn around and sell it for $1,000 that day on TCG Player. That's just bad business, But I do think that they could start combating the things that the botters are doing, the flipper botters. And if you're a flipper botter watching this show, I don't think you're healthy for this environment. I wish you would just stick to Pokemon.
And shout out to Coach. Yo, what up, dude? Great to see you around. And his comment is, I just want to buy a gift bundle and not pay out the hiney.
Don't we all, brother?
Hey, I'm right in the same boat. Cheapest I could find right now is $199.95. That is more expensive than a Final Fantasy gift bundle. And that comes in with a pack that is 1 out of 12 from a box that is $13.50 right now for the collectors. So I just don't see why I expect this pre-sale value to go down because the price does not match the value. So the price is going to go down.
Well, and especially if we find out that there are indeed 0 serialized cards in the set. I like, what can you even possibly point to that would justify the prices pre-sale to be higher than the Final Fantasy prices?
Oh, it's got to be the Infinity Stone. Oh my goodness, Bob! I mean, come on, the Soul Stone.
Yo, Dual Brain. So I think there's a lot of hype pricing here. I would be very cautious. I pre-ordered some time ago, and I'm glad I only pre-ordered what I pre-ordered. I ordered 3 boxes. play boxes. I have no collector boxes on order. And even if I lose out on this one, let me share something with all of you. And this is with anything. If you're not comfortable at the time that you're buying something, buying it, don't. It's a bad idea to do that. More often than not, it's going to end up badly no matter what you do with the product. If you like it, even though you're overpaying for it, so be it. That stuff happens, but at least you're going into it knowing it. If you're buying something on the hopes that it's going to go to the moon, that is toxic and bad for you when you finally swing and oops, you get stuck with a giant bill.
Especially, if you're speculating on Magic the Gathering product in that sense, yeah, very much so. I mean, it's a cautionary tale to say the very least. I mean, Rudy's bathroom was a whole thing. I mean, that was literally a room of loss for him.
I'm not saying it would. Well, let me address a couple of the questions. So, number one, Coach, not specifically, but I'm not averse to it. I'm not actively doing it. First off, I don't think we're in the window of the prices being as low as they're going to be. I don't really have many specific cards that I truly want that I didn't get, except Lightning and Ishtola. But I have Ishtola in, if I really wanted to, in a commander deck I could break out.
But if you pop one of those thrumming stones, those sliver,
you realize they're down to $2.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean that I wouldn't talk about trading with you, Bob.
$15 card, so that would feel bad. So not
I'm giving you a lightning for,
but at some point I can see trying to complete some parts of it. I'm not going to target the ridiculously priced foils, borderless foils. What's that swirly foil called?
Galaxy foil, Surge.
No, not
foil.
Galaxy. It was what is it called? Surge foiling. Yeah, I'm not after the surge foiling. So I'm not collecting in that sense, like in a completionist. But because Sherry likes it, I think I would like to have like at least a complete base set. And I don't have a Vivi, so we'll have to see what to do about that one. But not actively is the short answer for that. But it's too early. I say this all the time that I believe that the prices tend to be about as low as they get. Typically, either sans reprint, about 6 to 12 months after the product releases. That's when the hype's gone, people have collected what they're going to collect. They've opened you think of it this way as like for opening product, there's a massive surge right at release, and then it tapers off, right? And so there's fewer and fewer things, fewer and fewer cards hitting the market. Within about 6 months, most people have gotten the bulk of the product if they're going to open it like crazy, because they're on to the next thing. It'll be Avatar at that point, about the 6 months and about a year from now. Like how excited, like how many new box openings do you see of Lord of the Rings right now? It's not real hype. So
not a lot. I mean,
those cards,
those MTG North boys, honestly, they can't fucking help themselves, Bob. I don't know if you watch them,
but they don't open in mass, right? They're not opening, 24 cases of.
No. I don't even think that there is that much real supply of that.
Oh, I bet there
people that are willing to spend that money on it. At least.
Oh, I bet you there's way more than that out there. 24 cases, sure. Just people don't want to part with it. The ones that are chilling now are the people like me that don't have real plans for it. They're not trying to offload it. The hype up and down. But my point is, you get what I'm saying. We're still too close to release from Final Fantasy to truly begin collecting. Sorry, that was such a long-winded response, and I want to respond to Dual Brains comment about this won't be the product to break the trend. I don't know what product will. I'm going to quote Rudy this week and Pat in his video. I don't know things. I just give my honest assessment. I'm not personally excited about Spider-Man, and I was going to be. At the start of the year, I was most excited about Spider-Man. But everything I've seen so far is kind of, throwing water on my fire and making it not such a hot topic for me anymore, because it just doesn't look that appealing outside of the artwork on the boxes.
Well, that was unfortunate early opinion for Pat was, yeah, this is definitely going to be my new AFR. I loved Adventures in the Forgotten Realms, Dristorden, all the Companions of the Hall. Grew up reading those books. they really did a travesty when they made that set. And I think Spider-Man is unfortunately going to be very similar. I mean, it's going to be pretty low powered and people are going to overlook it because it's not great.
If they had a lot more actual comic cards, like the can we share again the box art there? If the entire set was done in the style, I would be over the moon with it, right? This would have been, and put all the text for, you see how you have like the 15th AUD or whatever it is. If that had been, the casting cost would be in there, and that the name of the card was done in this like bombastic, comic book cover style, and what the card does is in all these little balloons. That would have been amazing to me, right? But they're not truly comic looking cards. They could have absolutely rocked it right out of the park doing things like this, a true comic style set of artwork, even if they are the special frames. If this had been, why do I always forget what that's called, Pat?
Showcase?
When you do the alternate frames that they do in every set.
Yeah, showcase.
Yeah, I don't want it to be the special guests that look like that. I don't want it to be the hyper rare that you only get in the collector boxes.
Oh my god, the special guests, the most hat suit shit ever. They have like Jace as Doc Ock for some goddamn reason.
I just don't like. I want the set to be this way. I'm sorry. I'm fighting with you here, Dilbrain. I don't mean to fight, but it feels very much like the same letdown when they advertised double feature.
Oh my god!
So when they advertised double feature and they were showing basically like, hey, we're going to do this movie poster art for the cards, and then all they did was bleach all the color out of the cards and just do a light colored trim around the frame to tell you what color it is.
There was a sale on black ink.
They didn't even change the artwork. It was just about the lowest level effort that they could. And what's unfortunate is that like they're going sort of that direction when they have the opportunity to. Now, I understand they would have to pay their artists a lot more. Like this would be a very expensive set to produce if you went that far outside the bounds of a normal Magic card. I get it, but I would pay more. I'd pay $200 for a play box if they all look like this.
Well, you're gonna have to, more or less. I mean, isn't that what stuff's going for?
What, the play boxes? I got mine at $145.
Oh, okay, yeah.
No tax, no shipping. Love you, game nerds. Why don't you sponsor us? We advertise the shit out of you guys. You should definitely sponsor us. And I have nothing but good things to say about them. Every experience I've ever had with game nerds always come through with the product, and they've actually stepped up the speed at which they deliver the cards. It used to be my only real complaint is that I would have to wait 2 weeks after release to get my boxes. Nah, not anymore. I'm getting them basically at release now. So they've stepped their game up on that. And they generally have all the products available, until they sell through, which is also what I like. As soon as they have them available with their, what's that called? When they get their allocations.
Yeah,
they go up for sale. And you can even have them send you an email if you want to get up at 3 a.m. when they update the site, or randomly at, leave your meeting at 11:30 in the morning and say, wait, hold on, boss. I got to go order some Magic cards. There's no like time that they do that at specifically, but no, love game nerds. But no, I get what you're saying. I don't know if this will be the set that breaks that trend, and I don't even know if it'll break a trend, but it certainly seems nonsensical to me that the prices are even higher than what Final Fantasy was at this point of its release cycle, with what they've shared with us. I
think it's
I want nothing to do with it.
There's been a recent just surge in collectors product lines in Magic the Gathering over just the last 2-3 weeks. That's just
called a bubble.
No, but I mean that more people are leaning into it. We're seeing across the board collector boxes.
Called a bubble.
No, but Bob, this is my point. Okay, simmer down. Okay, so
it's a bubble.
Why I think that we are seeing these collector products of Spider-Man at such inflated prices is because
not just Spider-Man
bubble.
Not just Spider-Man. And as much as I
specifically the
have,
topic, but I mean, Edge of Eternities didn't really keep that juice. It's, I think, like 350, 375, something like that. So it's not at the same
again, they
inflationary
didn't have
prices
any
we were seeing
serialized
too.
cards either, right?
Correct. Yeah.
And if you've watched the prices going down on
Yes.
the cards post release rapidly, it's not a good scene for any of you folks who bought those at $400. Weren't they like 400, 450?
For the
remember right.
collectors, yeah, when they were just coming out, pre-sale prices kept going up and up and up, and then started just falling right off as per usual. But it was that extra boost that I think is what we're seeing reflected in Spider-Man. I think that it is just the inflationary bubble. It is everybody getting excited for collectability because Final Fantasy did so incredibly well. And this is one of the big reasons why I'm not doing anything outside of a single play booster box for the show that we do for members only at first. See, it's another week ahead. They're getting their money's worth, Bob. They really do. So I'm going to open up a play booster box of that for the project that we do. But outside of that,
actually, we
Spider-Man's not really for me.
have a
whoa, that looks honestly super cool. I like the green screen effect on that.
I think we're going to try tonight first. I'm not a big fan of it. I'm just going to warn you.
What else, God?
But yeah, we're going to try probably to do both of our boxes tonight. Spoiler alert, Nate already opened his box, couldn't wait. Matt opened his last week, and I still have no idea who his commander is. And what the boys have wanted is they can't wait to get playing when we get our boxes. So I've been sort of overruled and, trying to get to the game much faster. And I believe we'll be playing next weekend. That's right. For Edge of Eternities. So if you like it, don't like it, tonight would be a good time to join in for the member stream and,
double box
give
opening.
us your feedback to see if you like a double box opening. To me, I've done multiple box openings with multiple people on a stream. To me, it's a bit chaotic and hard to follow.
Bob, it's going to be back to back, not simultaneous.
No, I think Matt. First off, there's no way to do 4 on a single night back to back.
There certainly is. It will take about 2 hours. It's 20 to 30 minutes to open each box when you're like slow rolling it.
No, I think Matt was saying that he wanted it simultaneous opening.
Hey, Bob, it's me and you tonight. How about we do what the fuck we want to?
Anyways, you see how professional we are? We don't even know what we're doing.
Deep breaths. It's going to be okay.
Grr. At any rate, we won't be doing the building. We've already cut that from the regularly scheduled program. We're just going to do the cracking. We'll give a basic idea of what commander may be that we're going to build. We've kind of gotten away from what my original idea was, and the pace of just hurrying up and getting to it. Well, then that means we're just going to have longer stretches of like 6 to 8 weeks between doing the box openings and playing.
Means we'll just be able to
all
play some regular commander raids.
Then just 6 weeks of meh.
Of just, regular show and playing commander raids. That sounds terrible.
I don't think we're going to be playing commander raids on the regular shows. It'll be one night. Anyways, so that's going to be see, I'm already sour grapesing all over the guys publicly. But at any rate, thank you for showing up, by the way, Solar God. Nice to see you again. And I didn't even say it wrong this time. I did, however, this week, did anybody else besides me catch Solar Games analysis of the quarterly results? No, he was pretty on target. Like, I don't always agree with his analysis. However, this time I think he pretty much encapsulated most of what I was saying behind the scenes to people about their numbers. And I'm not as positive as many people who just did the superficial look at the numbers. So if you want a more in-depth analysis on that, go check him out. He's been a guest before. I liked him. I'm sorry, what was his real name again?
I'm terrible with that.
Oh God, so am I. Was it
I don't
Nate?
even call you your real name.
No, you don't. Most people don't. But at any rate, I think he did an excellent job. Rudy, go check out his Army of Allah video. I think that was raw Rudy at his most genuine is the
Yeah,
best
it was
way to put that.
honestly almost like sentimental.
I really honestly didn't care about his sentiment about, when I was a kid in Arabian Nights and Jasmine and all that jazz. Okay, fine. I don't reminisce about being in the military as a young man, getting drunk, watching people play Magic or playing on the floor because nobody knew what the hell the game was back then. But the idea that, again, I keep trying to repeat and drill it into our audience head. Buy only the things you don't mind being stuck with. Period. Pat is more of a flipper than I am, and I feel that there's going to be some bad instances of that for him. Dominaria Remastered. Where
I got a bunch of tutors out of it
for those reasons, I think can lead to disappointments. At any rate, that's sort of what Rudy said as well. And he said, watch, we're not trying at a minimum, even though Pat's trying to flip it, this show, he's not using this show as a platform to try to influence the prices on it.
Click the links below. No, I'm fucking with you guys.
See our merchandise. It includes play boxes.
I will be transparent though. I did buy 2 collector boxes recently. Bob, I don't know if you'll be able to guess. I bought 2 collector boxes in the last week. Anybody in the comment section, Bob, you want to take a stab at it?
Crimson Vow.
No, but you're on the right track.
AFR.
No, I think you're getting colder, but you're in the ballpark. I'll give you a hint. Oh, go again.
Aether Drift?
No, but it smells just as trashy.
I wouldn't say Assassin's Creed because I didn't think that was a terrible collector box.
No, and that's super fucking expensive now. That shit's like $500.
Yeah, so that's not it. Markov Manor?
Ooh, no, but you're getting close.
I know that you're gonna be looking for profit margin.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm an absolute hound.
I don't think that Strixhaven dropped.
Oh, not Outlaws. Oh.
I don't think Outlaws. I think Outlaws was more of a slow burn, maybe a slight climb. Streets of New Capenna, no, he wouldn't be that bad.
No. Although the triumphs in that are still holding pretty fair. I think that it was definitely looked over.
Sure, but I don't know that that's going to recoup your box cost. And you would be looking at something that could take off. I honestly don't know. You got me stumped if it's none of those.
Aftermath collectors. Yeah. Surprise.
I mean, there's great cards in Aftermath. Don't get me wrong. I actually still have thought about getting a box of regular Aftermath. I always wanted it to go down to like $25 because I think that's what it's worth.
Yeah. Those are $60 still, I think, which honestly is really cheap for a Magic the Gathering product.
There's only 5 cards in the pack.
Mid-room thing. Yeah, but I throw away the commons anyways, so this just makes my trash lighter on Mondays.
Why, Pat? Why?
There's actually a pretty fair amount of pricey cards in it. I mean, nothing, multiple hundreds of dollars, but there's
and I still want that chef guy to build I want that chef guy to build.
Oh, yeah. I know what you're talking about, the black one there.
Commander Raids deck.
Yeah.
Doesn't he give everybody something?
I think we all get food
draw
tokens or something. Yeah.
He does some sort of group huggy thing, I think.
But I was talking with Josh from Hometown TCG, and he was entertaining my my thoughts on it. No kidding. I bought 2 boxes. Prices went up $25.
Well, I mean,
it was just
if that's what they're looking for,
so little supply / so little interest in it at this point that I think there is a fair possibility of it going up. And Nissa Resurgent Animist still really freaking good.
She's only going to be really good while in Standard.
Nah, good in Commander. Yeah, she sticks around.
She's decent in Commander. She's not going to be a Commander. She's a solid 99 card, but
Oh yeah, for
In
sure.
all honesty, I mean, I wouldn't see her being more than like a $10 card ever.
Well, she is.
I know that it was $30, but I think
Mhm.
honestly, as time moves on, it's going to drop. When she drops out of standard, I think that's really going to hurt her price.
We'll see. But either way, I was figuring, hey, I got a bunch of credit sitting on TCG Player, so figured I'd take a stab at it. Got a little bit more for collection, and I like those boxes. They remind me of like graffiti looking stuff. So pretty chill. I'm gonna put those on the shelf,
Well, and I think that's a very interesting. You could do an entire video on what Coach just said there about that his collection. That's what happens as time moves forward. Pat can attest. I'm a hoarder when it comes to Magic cards. They're pretty much everywhere, and I'm losing storage space. I hold on to everything forever. And it's not. It's. I feel better when cards that have been sitting in my collection forever at 10 or 15 cents that are, from 1997 suddenly pop off and they're a $30 card. Yeah. $20 card common. There's been a couple this week, and unfortunately I only have one of them. It was I had that sigil. I had like 16 of those sigils when they popped off for Vivi, which I did not sell any. I have like 25 Lotus petals. I've got like one from Exodus that popped off this week that's like $15 for some reason. But that makes me feel good, especially when I hold on to them and I've got them and I can just go yank one out and play with it. Wow, giggity. But as you mature in your collection, if you're more than just a 2-year Timmy in Magic, you're going to get to that point where even if they're good cards, you don't want the chicken feed. Right, it's just so much to have to organize, try to find space, put away. Keep. It doesn't do you any good to have a billion cards if you have to go through your collection every single time to go find that damn card because it wasn't valuable when you opened it. Lion's Eye Diamond. I literally traded that for probably like a Goblin Bombardment or something back in the day. But it's something that happens as you mature your collection. I respect people that kind of only rotate through and keep what's relevant to them at the time, but I think that's going to be filled with regret. There'll be a cup of regret, down the road. What's Rudy's box? Rudy's box of broken hopes and dreams or whatever.
Yeah, something like that. Oh, looking to sell your case.
If you're looking to capitalize and lock in gains, it's not a terrible time to do that. I don't see them like spiking. They might slow drip up, but right. My guess is you're probably if you're looking for like cashing in at sort of I don't want to say a top of a peak, but it'll plateau more from here. Right. I don't think that these are going to grow exponentially, either of those products. Not a bad idea if you don't want them. I have a case of the gift bundles, and I opened most of my case of the complete bundles. I have like one complete bundle and 5 of the gift bundles from Lord of the Rings. So they're just going to be shelf candy for me. Neat things to have on the shelf. I like looking at them. Speaking of neat things to put on a shelf, this was made for me. Oh, you can't really get it. That's like it washed it out. It's bright like yellow now. Yeah. It's not creamy. That's really weird that it changed the color there. But it is a deck box. That is a fat Chocobo deck box, complete with magnets in it. Hold at least 100 card deck double sleeve. So much appreciation to my channel partner Matt, who printed this off and painted it himself, complete with the hinge and magnets, and it's kind of neato. It's a little heavy for a deck box, but I am going to, after our experiment, my commander was Choco. I am going to build a Choco deck and keep it in that deck box. So that's very neat. Again, the gathering part of Magic the Gathering. You can't buy one of these, at least that I'm aware of, and you can't buy it from Matt, at least not yet. And it means something a little more to me. So need to make way for Sorcery Gothic. God bless you people hanging on to sorcery. It's
Uh,
just not something for me. It's not. I have zero sorcery. I have a lot of different TCGs and LCGs, but sorcery's not in the mix. And I don't know if Dual Brain's still listening. Yes, I still have the Cryptic bundle I bought from you.
I do have a Tales of Aria Flesh and Blood box. That's I'm
I have
glad I
one or two
never
cases of
opened
that, I
it.
think.
What's that?
I have one or two cases of that.
Yeah. But as far as sealed product, otherwise it's just Magic the Gathering. I mean, that's the stuff I would
I
want to
have
be able
Star
to
Wars
do drafts.
Destiny. I have Middle. I have Lord of the Rings Middle Earth collectible card game by Ice from the 1995. I've got Cryptic. I've got, of course, Lorcana. I've got something else up there too. What else do I have? I have a couple of LCGs. There's a Marvel one. Can't remember what that's called. There's a Lord of the Rings one that I have a whole bunch of. So I do dabble in other things. I have a bunch of Flesh and Blood. But sorcery just didn't hit it for me.
Ugh, preach.
I get, I understand the appeal to some people for it, but even me, I have just only so much space here. I'm not a warehouse.
Well, and I only have so much bandwidth. Like, I mean, with all the stuff I have going on at work, like I'm just mentally taxed every freaking day, which is good and bad of its own right. So, decompressing and playing Magic is nice. Playing a bunch of video games, man, that's my like forte. And trying to throw in more card games on top of it, just don't even have the bandwidth. Like it's just
Well, I mean, and that's the problem I have, not only with Magic. I mean, I don't even get to play as much Magic as I would like, and I wouldn't put Magic on the top of my list of things I would like to play. I love Imperial Assault. It's hard to get people together to play that. It's a miniature game with for Star Wars. I really love that game, and that one in the Lord of the Rings, Adventures in Middle Earth, and Harry Potter's Hogwarts Battle. These are all board games. There's a ton of board games I would love to play more often. That doesn't even count like what Pat was talking about with video games. I don't like solitary things. I'm more of a group team player, and it's just, unfortunately, the people that have enough money to play these hobbies, because it's not cheap for any of these. Maybe video games is probably the cheapest out of the three. Board games are expensive, folks. Not as expensive as TCGs, that's for sure. But you're right. I can't get to the table often enough. With my life. Maybe if I retire somewhat soon, I'll have time. But then the folks that I want to play with don't have the time. Most of the old fogies in my generation are not the biggest gamers, so it's no wonder my circle of friends tends to be like 15 to 20 years younger than me. I'm immature for a 55-year-old.
People your age love games. It's just,
Okay, I don't like canasta, Yahtzee, and
You're
cribbing.
not that old.
I have Axis and Allies, and if you ever come up here, Time Capsule, we'll dig into that. If you're, we'll just no life that shit. We'll just break out the game and play till we just pass out and get up in the morning and continue on. Make it like a 2-3 day affair. Hell yeah. But yeah, I love that kind of stuff, and that's an unfortunate part, is that we just in life we don't have the bandwidth to play the things that we like as much as we'd like to. I'll be honest with you, Solar God, it can be, and if you're like always have to be on the bleeding edge, then perhaps it gets competitive with like board games. Nothing's as expensive as Magic. Nothing's as expensive as Magic. Not to stay up with and play and collect. Board games is definitely, I'll even call that a distant second. There are singular cards that could buy my entire board game collection. I don't have them.
I follow a couple of trading card store owners, local LGSs, as Mox puts it, and they actually talk about the price versus playability of Magic and Pokemon from time to time. And apparently, one of the things Pokemon does is for the people that actually play the base versions of like the top cards, the most playable stuff, are always surprisingly cheap. Whereas, like in comparison to Magic the Gathering, some of the base versions of cards are still 20, 30, 40 plus dollars.
Sure.
And there's just like that huge disparity.
Well, if you remember that game that we played at Gen Con, right? Hero Realms.
Yeah,
Like you can buy the whole kit and caboodle that we were there for. I think I paid what, $40 for like the base game plus some expansions to make it multiplayer cooperative. It's you know, it just kind of shows you the stark comparison. You could either buy one card or you could buy this game. You could sit down and play with 4 friends.
Yeah,
over
exactly.
and over
Yeah.
again.
Do you want one ancient tomb or do you want an entire
collection
afternoon?
of Star Realms or Hero Realms? Yeah, it's kind of absurd, really, when you look at the amount of hours. How many hours do you get out of that one ancient tomb versus the amount of hours you get out of, a whole set of Zombicide?
Well, and that's one of the reasons I'm a huge proponent of video game playing is, Hell Clock. I've been playing the heck out of that lately. For $20, I've already gotten 20 hours worth of fun out of it. Satisfactory. Oh, dear sweet Lord. I think I paid $30 for that, and I've got well over 300 hours in it. And I just never get that same payback from Magic the Gathering. So thank God for NPC Phil and MakePlayingCards.com being able to reduce that impact for my Commander gameplay.
Now I'll say this, though. Out of all of the video games and board games that I have, very, very little out of the board games do I feel scratches the itch of the collectability aspect. There are some, like especially when it comes to Kickstarters, when you have Kickstarter exclusives, right, or Gen Con exclusive promos.
Yeah,
that barely scratches the itch of a collectability aspect for me. Even though they generally aren't, fantastically expensive. But it's not the same, right? You don't like break out your one card that's shuffled into your board game to say, look at this collector thing I have. Yeah, it's like when it hits, people are like, what is that? It's like, oh yeah, hey, I got that promo for, filling out the thing on the back of the magazine. There are collector versions of games. Like I bought one for Sherry Vegas for Pandemic. If you've ever played that, it looks like a Korean War medic kit or something.
Oh, cool. Yeah, I had gotten a specialty version of Risk years ago. All wood set, phenomenal quality to it. I think it was like $129.99, something like that. And even then, that was just a stark change when you could get a board game for like $19.99. And
sure, I'm just saying there is some collectability to it, right? But it's not the same. And when it comes to freaking
Risk is the jam.
Do you remember when they used to like advertise, "Ooh, it's an Amazon exclusive. If you buy your digital copy of whatnot through Amazon, you're going to get a shield or a cloak, or like they did that with Star Trek. You get this only, Amazon only special ship, or you get, uniforms only from this, or you get a Borg officer that you can't get any other way. Like they did do some collectability, but that's just that nobody gives a shit. Nobody gives a shit about digital collectability. Just telling you right now. Like that's a complete miss. It's just not the same when it's intangible.
Yeah. Well, and I think that's a phenomenal point. I was thinking while you were talking, what is Bob's outlook on this with some of like the role-playing games that you partake in? Stuff like Diablo, Path of Exile, things like that, where some of the gear is what's collectible. It's not the entry to the game. It doesn't matter if I got the supporter pack, screw that noise. But some of the gear is what is so unique, so special, the character that you make and how you can show them off. And I wonder if that's one of the reasons why those styles of games are more enjoyable to you.
No, not at all.
Well, there you go.
Like Like when you came over, I didn't like spin up my laptop, project it to the TV, and say, "Hey, look at this armor set I got for buying it through Amazon." It's like, no, no, that's just a pure miss in my opinion. And if that's who you're showing off to is just virtually online, I just I'm gonna give you 2 words: touch grass.
Right. Get out, be real.
It's you need to see more sunlight, folks, if that's what you're showing off.
But I paid $10 extra for this cape, Bob. Come on.
Okay. Yeah. And my dad told me the fool and his money are soon parted.
But I've got horse armor now. The horse armor.
Yeah. All right. That's cool. So, I'll say for Magic's defense that first off, nobody ever gets out more in the long run than they put into Magic. Sorry. You might break even ultimately, unless you're specifically that's your only interaction is quick flips and you've been tremendously lucky and you only do it for a short period of time, because ultimately you're going to end up getting burnt. It's hard to do a quick flip and make immediate money unless you're doing that bot bullshit. Because as Pat knows, you get a box, there's a cost associated with selling said box.
It's
with
true.
Paying the taxes to get it, with paying the shipping to get it, with paying the taxes and shipping again, and seller fees through whatever platform you're trying to do it. So the box has to go. We figured it out. Realistically, if a product doubles in price, you roughly usually get back about 30% net profit. And that doesn't even include your time. So if your time is worth 0, you get 30% back, right? So it really has to do exceedingly well, and you have to do it in bulk. And that's hard to sustain.
And that's a lot of risk. Yeah.
So, and that's if you didn't buy it on credit cards. Then
go on margin.
So, it's very, I think it's a terrible idea to do that with, like, this is not a lifestyle. I think it's very difficult. There's a lot of hustling. And I think in the long run, you're going to say, shit, I should have had a real job. I would have made a whole lot more money for the time that I spent doing that. Even working at like Burger King, pure profit working there. So I don't think it's a good thing necessarily unless you're just enjoying the game. And that's back to what we started the show with, right? Only buy what you don't mind being stuck with. Enjoy what you're doing. Engage with the product in a way that you enjoy it. Speaking about enjoying it.
Yeah, exactly. Speaking of enjoying some product, we've got some Edge of Eternities to open up. That's right. We've got 2 play booster boxes we're opening on our members only stream coming up next.
We'll be starting shortly here after Pat posts the link for our members. Boom. It is member only, correct?
Yes, sir. And I've already put up a post on our general channel.
We'll get there someday, folks. I might do one quick thing. I don't know how I can do this. I'm going to try to do this real quick, something for our audience within the last couple minutes. If I can't manage to figure it out, then I am very, very sorry. Let me see. I have to be on the stream. I think that's a thing.
He's trying.
I'm trying to get there. How the hell do I watch my own stream? I don't know how to do it.
In the top right corner, you can hit that little icon and then view on YouTube.
You're an icon.
I am. Not just my hair, but in general.
I got view your channel, and then there's a live. Oh God, it's a.
Nope. No. Now he's muted.
Oh my God! Stop it! Stop it! Oh my God! Why do we have so many commercials, Patrick?
I don't know. I have YouTube Premium, so there are never any commercials. I don't have any commercials anywhere in my entire life. It is a blissful experience.
Here we go. There. I did it. I think I did it. Tell me if I did it. Did I did it, folks?
Bob just gifted 5 memberships. Wah, 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 wah. Vuvuzela noises.
Oh, Hell Wheel and Robert's Table. Look at that. talk to Robert's table quite a bit in the background. But there we go. That's my little gift for tonight. Surprise, you showed up and you got well, I don't even know if they showed up. I don't remember how gifting works. Because I'm really good at this. But there, I'm not normally the most generous person, but there you go.
Aw.
Some memberships for some folks.
Well, hey, it's been absolutely great to be able to chat and talk with you tonight, Bob, and everybody here in the comment section as well. But if you want more of us, you'll have to tune in to our channel members only stream. Click the link earlier here in the comments, or check out our most recent community post. If you want to join up for 99 cents a month, you get more from us. So, Bob, anything you want to close with besides that?
Bye. Oh, yes. Thank you all for your time. As always, hope to see you next Saturday at 7 p.m. I think we're going to try to play the Commander-Aids. That might even be on the regular stream next week. We'll talk more about that during the week when we can reach back out to Matt again. But thanks, y'all.
Bye, everybody. Don't forget to